Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's John here with Shrimply Thinking. This is a impromptu video, hence how I was holding the phone in the wrong position when I filmed it, but I noticed something super interesting in my Brazo crayfish tank, and that is an assassin snail that appears to be feeding on a dead Brazo's crayfish. See if we can get a better look at it here. I'll grab some tweezers and pull it out of here. So these crayfish, they only grow maybe 3, maybe 4 centimeters max. They are a dwarf crayfish. Um, but I remember this tank had a whole bunch of snails in it, micro ram's horns and some bladder snails. And I remember throwing a couple of these in a long time ago, and I kind of totally forgot about it. And yes, I just noticed this happening in the tank. So the tank's only about a year old. The crayfish, they're not at an age to die of natural causes, albeit I know there's unexplained deaths that do happen. And maybe that's what happened, and the snail took advantage of the situation and just started to feed on a crayfish carcass. But I have a theory of what happened here, and stay tuned to the end. And I'm just going to show you another video of something I just recently witnessed in another one of my crayfish tanks, that I think what happened. So yeah, if these guys are actually taking out Brazo crayfish, they are taking out shrimp. I've seen lots of discussion all over the internet of whether an assassin snail will harm a shrimp. And I'm thinking they will harm a shrimp if they can take out a crayfish. These guys are pretty feisty and they will fight back. So it is surprising. But if you have an opinion of what's going on, please comment and let's have a discussion about it. So this is one of my CPO crayfish. It's in a different tank. This tank is fairly new to the crayfish. There's only 3 or 4 crayfish in this tank, but there is quite a few bladder snails in this tank. And I've noticed this CPO, which grows to about the same size as the Brazo, they're just a different color. These guys are orange, obviously, and the Brazos are more of a marbly blue. But this guy looks like he's just finishing up eating a snail. So I'm thinking that the crayfish are feeding on snails when they need to. If there's not enough food in the tank, if I'm not putting enough bloodworm or what have you, brine shrimp pellets or whatnot, if there's not enough for them, they're going to look to feed on whatever they can. And it looks like maybe snails are on the menu. Okay, back to the Brazo crayfish tank. So this population in this tank has gone up quite a bit over the past year through their breeding. So competition for food has been continuously getting higher and higher. I it I recall that this tank did have quite a few micro ram's horn snails in it, and I recall also throwing in an assassin snail to help control the population. Today, there's not a single snail in this tank. So after watching that orange CPO eating on a snail, it dawned on me to what probably happened here. Here's my theory. Crayfish ate all the snails in this tank, the assassin snail being the biggest, most aggressive snail, being a carnivore, last snail standing. Further get desperate for food, decide to go and attack the assassin snail. They get into a tussle. The assassin snail manages to get its piercer into the crayfish and kill it. What do you guys think? Please comment. I'm curious to know if anyone else has experienced anything or seen anything like this remotely in their tanks. And if you can, please subscribe and like. Helps me out a lot. Till next time, everybody, take care. See ya.